Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, we do apologize for the delay while we sorted out the technicalities, but I think we're ready to begin. I think just a quick introduction. My name is Intan. I'm from Singapore, and this is Chaker.
My name is Hajer, and I'm from Tunis.
So we'll be the session chairs for today. So I think we can begin with the first presentation, which is on the gender effect in the professional integration and remuneration of young higher education graduates. And Chaker will be presenting that.
Okay, just because we have 6 presentations, each presentation will have the duration of 15 minutes. Yes, maybe 7 minutes for presentation, 8 minutes for discussion. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to begin with the presentation of my work entitled Gender Effect on the Professional Integration and Remuneration of Young Higher Education Graduates. So the idea of the paper came from the fact cannot move to the other side. Okay, so the idea of the paper came from the fact that the Tunisian total unemployment rate in 2021 was about 18.4%, which is huge, and that the Tunisian unemployment rate among young graduates in 2020 was about 30.1%. We also notice about the female, that among the total regular number of students, which is about 235,000 in 2019-2020, 66% were female. And that the female graduation employment rate was about 40.7% versus just 70.6% for male. So it is evident there is a gap in employment gender in Tunisia. That's why we wonder if the gender discrimination is a general fact in Tunisia, in Tunisian university, or does it depend on sectors and degrees types? That's why we carried out a survey by sending it to 2 higher institute graduates for the period between 2016 and 2020. It was sent to LMD graduates from Faculty of Economics and Management of Naval and agronomic engineers in crop production of Higher Agronomic Institute of Shatmai. And the data analysis showed that there is no significant difference in employment between men and women for engineers, but the difference is significant between the PhD graduates, men and females. We also started the time took by these graduates for waiting to get their first job, and we did not find any significant difference between male and female for LMD graduates, but there is a significant one between women and men for engineers, which means that women wait for more time to get their first job in agronomic engineers. And this can be explained by the fact that employers favor men given the conservative nature of rural environment in Tunisia. We also studied the level of the first remuneration, and we found that women's first remuneration are lower than men for both graduates, engineers and LMD, which means that women have less chance to be hired and are obliged to accept a low wage at the beginning till they improve their competencies and they impose themselves and show their competencies, which is not the case of men. So here, to understand or to help this graduate to enhance their chance in order to be hired, we made a study in order to know what are the graduates' perception about the required skills to get a job. And the analysis of the data made us or led us to find 3 perception groups which are presented in order of importance. So the first group here is entrepreneurial skills. So graduates think that improving their entrepreneurial skills is going to improve their chance to be hired, followed by the adequation between the knowledge they get from universities and the skills required on the labor market. And the third thing is expertise, which means here their ability to work internationally. So to understand the gender effect here, we made a logistic regression of gender perception, and we compared women with men for both institutions. And we found that women graduates have higher perception on the contribution of languages, skills, and awareness of societal values in employability than men graduates. And they think if we help them to enhance their language skills and to enhance their awareness of societal values, they're going to have a better chance to be required. We made the same logistic regression, but this time we compared the two institutions, the LMD graduates and the engineers graduates, and we found that engineers graduates have a higher perception on the contribution of entrepreneurial skills in their employability when compared to LMD graduates. So this is due to the fact that in their programs, they are more focused on technical skills, and there is a less attention to develop their entrepreneurial skills, which is not the case of LMD in management and economics, where they have a multitude of subjects where they can improve their entrepreneurial skills. So we have to understand why engineers need to develop their entrepreneurial skills, what effect it can have on them. We made another study to study the effect of the knowledge, the know-how to be, the know-how to become, and the know-how to do on their motivation. We found that the motivation perception are significantly related to know-how to be and know-how to become, but there is no significant relationship between the knowledge and the know-how to do on motivation, with a higher level of influence, of positive influence of know how to be, and this explains largely why they need to develop their entrepreneurial skills. So, in sum, we can say that in Tunisian universities, gender discrimination in employment exists, but it is less pronounced for engineers than for LMD graduates. But according to the gender discrimination in relationship with the first remuneration is significant, whatever is the diploma types. We notice too that soft and entrepreneurial skills are considered the most relevant to get a job, with a pronounced need of engineers when compared to LMD graduates. So here again, a need to develop entrepreneurial skills in order to enhance the chance of these graduates to be employed. And we have another proof with this cloud of words. These words were pronounced by all the participants, whatever the diploma is. And we asked them, what do you think we have to change in order to improve your capacity and your preparedness to the labor market? And as you can see, the most pronounced word was entrepreneurship. So thank you for your attention.